Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. Today's Friday variety show is brought to you by our friends at Southern Indiana Hardwoods.
Guess who's back? Back again. It's our friends over at Southern Indiana Hardwoods and their Green Mountain Grills. Now, I'm going to do a little digital editing magic and show you this monster sale the folks got going on right now at Southern Indiana Hardwoods. You can get a Peak Prime or a Daniel Boone Choice for a very good price, almost too good of a price. I'm almost worried old Nick is giving away the farm here. Call Nick at Southern Indiana Hardwoods today and check out all the models he's got ready for you. Grilling and smoking season is still in full force and effect. Look like a pro by Labor Day using one of these awesome Green Mountain grills with their even better pellets. Also, if you wanted an inside shot at creating some great barbecue for a certain backyard barbecue competition, well, maybe you ought to try your luck with a Green Mountain grill and win it all.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. Here we go!
There it is.
It's time! See, I did it. For the Friday variety show, coming to you from Smoker's Lounge, sitting across from me with the beautiful mustache and the turtle shell colored glasses. It's our buddy with the undiagnosed ADD or ADHD. Definitely doesn't have OCD.
Totally diagnosed.
Doesn't have OCD. It's our buddy and one of my favorite City of Huntingburg Street Department employees, Zachary David Masoner.
Hey, guys.
Sitting in the middle with his rose-colored glasses. That's a brand new fresh hat on that he's already sweated through.
I've wore this 4 times. First time I've sweated in it is tonight.
There we go. It's our buddy with the turquoise-colored turtle. And if you cross him, you're going to eat them turquoise-colored rings. It's our buddy from Richmond, Indiana, David Allen Smoker.
How do?
And if you watched Wednesday's show, you know he's here with us again for the Friday show. It's our favorite funny man, friend of the program, Mr. Curtis Crow.
Yeah, good to be back, boys. We all got the same outfits on as last time.
Pretty wild.
We got the laundry done, and I'm Esquire. Welcome to the Friday Variety
I'm
Show.
going to start calling you Bruce Fluffer if you keep that shit.
Yeah. Anyways, happy to have you. Hopefully everything's going well. Your week's been wonderful. It's now time for a little bit of ice cold opener brought to you by our buddies over at Celebration Ice and Mark Seibert.
Celebration Ice. The ice with attitude. If you're going to be spending your Friday nights tailgating high school football, you need to make sure you keep things nice and cold. Enter Celebration Ice. You don't want to show up to the tailgate with subpar ice from some other garbage ice company that claims to be the best. We only use Celebration Ice here in the lounge for a reason. Crystal clear and super cold. The only way we'll have it. Make sure your next bag of ice says Celebration on it.
Big fella, what do you got for us?
Well, coming at you hot tonight, boys. We're looking at another great show.
See your ice is melting.
Hopefully get into some of what Curtis has got going on. Curtis, welcome back. Should be a good show. Literally the same thing that was going on Wednesday was going on now. Had a cross-country meet tonight. Big fella's been sick. He got the crud. They had the football jamboree last weekend till 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, which is absolutely absurd.
Started at 9 a.m.
That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I didn't get home to 11:30, so that kind of sucked. But other than that, all the boys got sick because I guess there was a bunch of degens from other schools, that came in and had the crud with them, and literally there was 15 or 16 kids sick pretty much the whole week for football.
Man, I saw a 7th or 8th grader down there when I was there with my boy.
Mm-hmm.
He was built like a brick shit house, had a full beard, 5 o'clock shadow on his neck. I'm telling you what, I thought he was somebody's dad. I'm like, why is he wearing that kid's pads?
He probably been held
then-
back 4 or 5 times.
Good night, more than that.
Anyway, but yeah, that's nuts. There's been kids in the 5th and 6th grade that look like they should have drove the bus, like just big old fellers. But anyway, they canceled our football for this weekend. We were supposed to go down and battle of the Mount Vernon Wildcats. We ended up having to cancel due to illness and lack of staffing, I guess you would say, for the boys there. But other than that, it's Wednesday. Nope, it's Thursday. It's been a really good week at work. The weather's been amazing. We've been finishing up some big tile projects up on Clay Street. Now we're working on a fishing dock down there at Hunter's Crossing. So
Sitting on the dock of the bay,
you should
watching the world go.
There it is. Should be a good place to fish.
Next to the DQ there, that one?
Hunter's Crossing? No, that's
back where Teddy Hoops lives.
Yeah,
Never
down there's
been
the
there.
big old.
They got a pond back there?
Yeah, there's fish in it because them kids tear it up. That's the ones I always told you. Them boys back there with their bicycles and their fishing rods and stuff.
I didn't know there was a fishing pond. I thought that was one of them.
Shit ditch? No, it's not. There's fish in there. So
Oh, damn.
that's all I have going on, boys. Ready to see where the conversation takes us.
Smoke Dragon?
Well, not much has changed in the last 2.5 hours. Having a real good time. My wife made me vodka. It's going down pretty good. Tomorrow's Friday. As far as the real time goes, I'm going to go to work, get it done, go into the weekend. Not a lot of plans. Pretty happy about that. So we got to get one kid to work. Then he's going to go down to the boat store because his boat blew up the other day. He's pretty sad about it. We're going to come back here, going to start a fire, going to watch a movie on the wall. And then back to work.
Yeah.
And cocaine's a hell of a drug.
That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Working on my auctioneering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's right there. Not too terribly much. Work's kind of been a little busy, a little slow. It's kind of, I don't know, a little busy, a little slow.
Yeah.
Have an in.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're
Doesn't
doing
make
the-
any sense at all.
Last resort.
Yeah, it is.
At the resort.
At the resort. It's tough when you come back from kind of like a weekend.
Come back.
I'll have a Coke.
I got nothing. Curtis, go ahead.
What you got, Kurt?
Well,
Do you ever go by Kurt?
No.
Okay, Curtis.
Curtis.
Yeah. I had a comedy show at a corporate gig in Ferdinand for the Ferdinand Merchants
Oh,
this
yeah.
last week. It was good. It was
Yeah.
a good show. Yeah, other than the main dude calling me Chris, everything went fine.
They serve German potatoes.
No, it was like chicken and shoot, I can't even remember.
Lard.
German potatoes.
Yeah, it was like
And lard.
chicken and mashed potatoes. Had regular mashed potatoes,
well,
and
lard.
green beans.
So it was like a Du Bois County wedding.
Yeah, there
Starring
was
Chris.
a priest there. There was a priest.
Starring Chris.
Yeah, there was,
Starring Chris
and there was
Crow.
a priest there too. He was
Hey,
sitting
that-
in the front.
That Chris Crow
really?
guy.
Had the whole
Yeah,
patch and everything.
yeah. I
there.
gave him a couple shout outs. I got a couple Catholic jokes and gave him a couple shout outs.
I love it.
And he's fixing to get me.
I feel like
to
your
do-
Catholic jokes, mine would not get a shot.
Now, does your dad? He was a previous pastor. Did he
He
ever?
still preaches.
Yeah, so he's a active preacher there. Does he wear the old?
No. He is. We grew up Protestant Christian.
Yeah, with
So
me too, Protestants. So they don't wear that.
They don't.
whole,
They don't have priests or anything. So yeah, they don't have that.
That's a Catholicism thing.
Well,
Yeah.
now,
Well,
Pastor
no, I
Dan.
think- I think
Pastor
some
Dan wears
Methodist-
them every now and then.
I
Lutheran,
think some
but that's
Lutheran,
based
Methodist.
off the.
Yeah,
Methodists do it every now and then.
Christian.
When they
So,
wanna get formal.
non-denominational.
Non-denominational. Yeah, he just wears polos,
Yeah, polos,
There you go.
jorts.
Yeah, sometimes cargo shorts
No,
He does preaching in cargo shorts?
on Wednesday
yeah,
nights for
shit, yeah,
sure.
he does.
On
Yeah.
Wednesday. All right. And that is the Ice Cold
Cold
opener. Brought to you by our friends over there at Celebration Ice. Did you know it was Seibert, not Siebert?
No, well, yeah, because
Damn it.
I go to church with one of them over there.
The only one that-
Brett.
I think it's his
Seibert.
brother.
Yeah,
It's his brother.
yeah. So I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Thanks for
Everybody
asking.
knows.
Though. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I'm the only guy.
Thanks for
didn't
telling
seem
us.
to know.
Glad we had to ask.
It all works out. So I'm going to get us started here.
Here we go.
I had a big win today.
Oh,
Big win today. We were eating at the local Chicago's Pizza there.
Yes.
Hey, there's a
Praise
group,
the Lord.
there's a group of fans.
more sex talk.
Nope, not going there. There's a group of fans there that work there at Wabash Valley Produce.
Fans of
Simple
what?
Transport. Fans
Chicago.
of the show.
Our show.
Huh?
Yeah. And a gentleman by the name of Billy Harris, former teacher, was there. And I saw Billy and I said, God damn, what are you doing out of school? He's like, I ain't taught since 2019. I was like, oh, God. He's like, I'm telling the boys here about the Wondering Dutchmen
Did he used to teach
podcast.
at Du Bois?
No, he's from Du Bois. He taught at Cedar Crest, I think.
Okay, yeah.
He was in the southeast Du Bois
Me
County.
and Billy Harris used to eat at the. He went to IU. My wife went to IU as well. They lived in like the same quad. And every time I would go down there and just mooch off of her meal card there, we'd go to the old buffet. Billy was always in there with his bros eating, and we'd always say hey and catch him in the old food court. So
There you go.
That's my Billy Harris.
And he'll tell you that he went to IU for 5 years and
But
didn't
never
attend
went
the
to
class.
class.
Yeah, it's a great story. Put it on a T-shirt. But anyway, so they were big fans of the show, and I was like, it was cool. But I've been trying to watch my intake of shoving food down my gullet.
bullshit.
That's hard to do at the lunch buffet at Chicago.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. Let me explain. So
Okay.
I've been doing some intermittent fasting.
Oh,
So 16-8. So like I stop eating by 8 p.m. and then I'm ready to eat by noontime and then just watch it.
oh my.
I slid into the booth a little easier today.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Felt
you
pretty-
sure it wasn't like the adjustable
No,
one?
because I tried her other booth
Okay.
for reference because I even asked the crew I was with. I was like, hey,
Table tied on your side,
you,
boys.
you think the booth is the same as the one we usually sit at down there? And they're like, yeah, I think so. And I
If
was
you
like,
would have
"There we
asked
go."
me and I was with you, I'd have pulled out my tape measure and I could have got you an accurate
I
measurement.
appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, that was
Hell
a win
yeah.
there a little bit.
Hey, good deal, bud.
That's
good
awesome.
deal. I have not lost any weight recently, so we go to we go up there at City Hall. We do our monthly check-ins, and I'm usually right there at Petite 4 1/4. I stay right in that area, pretty religiously. You know,
Deep 4 1/4.
yeah. Well, you know, I mean, we're all honest here. We're
Big
all,
boots, big boots.
We're all friends. You know
He
what I
didn't
mean?
take the change out of his pocket.
We do take our boots off and pocket knives and wallet and phone, keys,
And belt.
Yeah, I mean we do. I mean we
Take my glasses off.
make it honest. You know
What are
I
these
mean?
boys laughing at here?
I don't. Yeah, see what I deal with.
Anyway, I'll tell you what.
It was
I'm a POS. You know,
Person of size.
Yeah,
You know, and that's the thing. You know,
gotta
so-
have them. It's all right.
Yeah, so I would like to work on that too. I thought about going on some bootleg Ozempic, but I just can't bring myself to pay.
so does
Oh, Mesic.
bring the money.
Ozempic work by basically
slows your metabolism way down.
Well, your
Slows it
stomach.
down.
Yeah, I was just talking to a guy last night who did it, and they had to dial his back
Yeah,
because he hasn't had an appetite
yeah.
since he started.
Yeah.
He's lost a ton of weight, but they were like, "You're losing too much."
You seen Tom Segura's wife? You watch Mama's House podcast at all?
Oh,
it comes
I
up
like
on
that.
TikTok every once in a while.
Right, so she's lost a shit ton on Ozempi's. She's on the Ozempi train there.
But that's all in Hollywood. So what? Well,
But
I mean-
anyway, yeah. So I worked with a guy. No, I mean it works. I mean it's for diabetic people.
well, I know, but what I'm saying is
Okay.
like it's been around a long time in
right?
Hollywood.
How you say it?
Semaglutide?
Yeah, what he said. But yeah, so it just like makes
Is
this-
it really?
Yeah, it just
I
makes
thought it was Simul.
semaglutide is what it's called. Semaglutide.
But it slows your stomach down.
Yeah, it makes your stomach like that's the thing. People have a lot of adverse reactions to it because it makes the food just like sit in your gut and like take forever to process and get through. Which basically you have that fullness feeling for a lot longer.
Is that how that works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's where
So
it
if
comes
you
from.
go-
so like
so
how you
basically-
always puked and everything like that with it, you know, like it was probably because
Todd
of that.
McComas's yard.
Yeah, his dog ate it. Wild deal.
Man,
But-
I didn't mean to accidentally give his dog Ozempic.
yeah. But anyway,
Wegovy.
Dave was on the
Wegovy.
Wegovy deal, which is the same thing, just different.
That
brand.
doesn't sound like the same thing.
Yeah,
Wegovy does not sound like.
Ozempic.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it
the same
works the
drug.
same.
It's the same drug. They're
Okay.
all semaglutide deals there.
it sounds foreign.
It's kind of like Dr. Thunder and Dr. Pepper.
yeah.
Yeah, Mountain Thunder. No,
Mountain lightning.
Mountain
Mountain
Lightning.
Lightning.
Mountain Thunder's me.
Mountain Lightning and Dr. Thunder.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought about doing that too because you can get it on the interwebs for a low price of like $1,000 a month.
Oh, you can get a hell of a lot cheaper than that.
Well, I mean, okay. But anyway,
We'll
What are
talk
you talking
about it
about
off the show.
What are you talking about? What did you call it?
Semaglutide.
Wagyu,
Not the Wagyu. That
And,
that
uh,
stuff's only like
and-
$35 a month on the insurance.
and then Ozempic, $1,000 a month.
575, 600.
That's not even close to 1,000.
That's half.
Well, no, it ain't. 500 would
Well,
be
once
half.
you
That's
taxes and
$75
shipping and all
higher.
that.
Yeah,
Man, you're
you're
a
way
high
through.
estimator.
And you pay the border crossing duty fees. 'cause
Feels
you
like
bought it from
1,000.
You got to
Canada.
pay the coyote to deliver it to
Duty.
your house.
You-
But anyway, I can't
get
bring
knocked
myself
off
to
Viagra's
spending
that
all
way,
that
too.
money to do it.
Yeah.
But the warden said that there are several gals that she works with that tried it and it works. You know what I mean? But anyway, I could stand to lose a few lbs.
Hey, when we were in the weight room,
I
you
did
dropping.
have big dick energy there for a long time because I mean, when you lose weight and you're like a heavy fella, I mean, things. You know what I'm getting at there. You know where my canoe's pointing.
I feel like we were going here, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, you
Kind of
hit,
switched around.
hit a rapid there, but
But do you? But the thing of it is once you stop taking that,
yeah, it's
the old
all
habits
over.
come back.
Mm-hmm.
Old habits like
so it's a
you.
drug.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a drug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the next thing I thought about was going down to Tijuana and getting the old stomach stapled there. You know, you can go down.
That's actually fairly reasonably priced.
Yeah, you can run down there to Mexico real quick and get that all done.
Well, I'm
Really?
down here in Mexico, sick as a dog.
Yeah,
He's been training to get on the stage with Overboard.
yeah, working on his harmonica skills.
No, actually, I haven't been doing that. I've been trying to get my guitar and back up. Hard to sing and harmonica at the same time.
Yeah, sure would
It's
be
tough.
Sure would be.
We'll just pull the Bob Dylan and just kind of slur through it.
Hi, welcome to the Highland Fest.
Curtis, let's go into your comedy stuff here, bud. Let's just take a big old dive in it. So what's been going on? Tell us about your last 15, 20 shows. What's been going on?
15, 20.
Tell us about everything in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
It's
Where were
been-
you at on the night of February 14th, 2024?
Valentine's Day.
Probably with
Yeah,
Mrs.
that's
Crow.
Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
It's been pretty crazy. I can't remember the last time I was on this show.
It's been
Been a
while.
minute. Was the ceiling black when you was here last?
Probably not.
No,
I didn't look at it much.
I
this
don't think
would
it
almost
was.
been a year ago.
Oh, so we
I-
probably still had mic stands, camera stands.
Yeah, we cleaned it
Everything
up.
was on the
We've
floor.
retrofitted a little bit.
Yeah, this place is looking good.
Kitchenette wasn't in there.
No, that's different. Yeah, there's some new things. But anyways, yeah, things have really picked up. Like I am this month I've had I got 2 more shows left, but 9 shows in August.
That's awesome, man.
and pretty consistently 4 to 5 shows a month, which
Nice.
is pretty fun. So it's a lot different now, and just I feel a lot more comfortable on stage, and actually feel like a real comedian now because it's like you're doing some random gigs, you're doing some church gigs, you're doing some bar shows, some theater shows. It's you're kind of getting the gamut. You're getting put in a lot of interesting situations. And it's fun. I've really enjoyed it, and gotten the more stage time you get, the better you get at writing. I think
Yeah.
because you're really working on stuff. So just that corporate show, first time I did 34 minutes on
Wow.
stage. So that was
That's
awesome.
an eternity.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. So
What's the farthest you've driven now to get to one of those in the last few months?
uh,
Staying pretty local yet?
Yeah, Bloomington's probably as far as I'll go. There's a really cool show on Sunday nights in Bloomington at a pub called Hoppy Wobbles.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really small show, but the guy that runs it brings in a lot of comedians from all over. So it's good networking.
Sure.
Comedy's a lot of networking. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
October 13th, 2023 was the last time you've been on the Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Episode 150.
Is that when it released?
Yeah. I
So it was a
guess.
week before that.
Yeah, so episode 150. Been a while.
Yeah. Well, a lot has changed. I mean, I'm doing a lot more now. At that point, it was kind of just
Just starting.
in its
a bit of
infancy.
a dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome, man.
yeah,
Real
been
cool.
fun.
So how's that fitting in with the whole normal work schedule and kids and
Right. I mean, so far it's been pretty reasonable because so much of comedy is at night and on the weekends.
Kind of like
Um,
the podcasting deal. Thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had a few like church shows during the week and they're earlier, but the funny part is like I can sometimes get home before the kids go to bed. A church show. Like, it's weird coming out of a gig and the sun's up.
It's daylight. It's daylight.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hey, you want to get the early bird special there at the old Sizzler Steakhouse?
Wow. So go into the next chapter. Tell me how that hall came about, because like you talk about sometimes bigger crowds are way easier than smaller crowds.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine that those next chapter shows could be brutal, because there's literally
40 people to sell out. Yeah.
Exactly. Like that's got to be tough.
It's a fun venue, but it's the most nervous I
guarantee
ever
it
have
has,
come.
man.
I just did the Astra, the Kevin Farley show, 350 people, not nervous.
Right.
Fun. It's a blast. Good energy. You step into a room with 40 people who are you're like right on top of you. And if stuff doesn't land, you feel it.
Yeah.
And so we started that gig. My friends own it, and I just thought it'd be a cool place to try to get some entertainment going there, and did some live shows with my dad. We've done a couple of those, done some comedy shows, got a lot. We've got the rest of the year booked out for comedy shows, which is cool. And we've only done 3 so far. They've all sold out, so that's been good. The next one, September 14th, is a guy from Cincinnati, Adam Minnick. He's going to record his special there. I'm recording that for him. It's an interesting room. It's a really great room when the comedian's hot, but man, if you don't do well,
Now, where is
you
this
feel it. It's right on the square in Jasper. It's a bookstore, coffee shop, used bookstore, coffee shop. Yeah. So
is that's not a clean venue or anything?
it is a clean venue. Yeah, the owners wanted clean shows, which makes it really difficult to book.
Bet, to book.
It's tough to book.
Yeah. And
typically I'm looking out to places like Indy and Cincinnati to get comics in. It's a lot more expensive, and clean comedians are actually a little bit more expensive. They're doing a lot more corporate gigs.
Yeah, they can chase that.
So tell us,
cash.
tell us real quick for the listeners, the people that don't really follow comedy, or they're not in a comedy scene or anything like that. When you say clean comedy, like what does that mean? Like what, can you define that?
Yeah, clean comedy, there's different levels, but a lot of times it just means like no cursing and typically staying away from like
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's typically what clean is. But there's also TV clean,
Right.
which is a classification.
Like a PG
just like a sitcom, right?
Yeah.
Like sitcoms are TV clean. They can talk about stuff, but it's mainly about the language,
Right.
not always the subject matter. So
Right.
there's different levels of clean.
That was Nate Bergazzi.
Bergazzi.
Bergazzi was on Pardon My Take, which Barstool product there. But they were talking to him about it, and they were just kind of like, "Have you ever cursed?" And he was like, "Yeah, I used to." And it was, but he's got such an interesting story that it was almost, because I guess his dad opens up for him sometimes.
Yeah.
But he was just talking about, they're kind of like, "Have you ever?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I have." But he goes, "I just don't feel the need to, because sometimes the vulgarity people use in comedy is to get the laugh."
Yeah.
And he's chasing that. I'm going to make you laugh with
Like genuine comedy.
my jokes. And like, it's kind of almost like it's an art form in and of itself that he's chasing. And he kind of talked about like, scratching and clawing your way to the top and getting there. 'Cause he's probably one of the top 5 hottest right now. Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would say he is. And it was just interesting because it's such an art form to him. It's not just, it's a way of life. He talks about living life that way.
Yeah.
But he was like, the art form of being able to do it. Like, it was a really impressive interview. It just,
Yeah, and working clean is hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's difficult, and it gets you a lot more opportunities. But it's definitely not easy. And guys like Nate Bergazzi are a prime example of like, I think the whole goal with clean comedy is to like, I don't really like announcing that I'm a clean comedian. I just want people to laugh, and then after the show, if they realize,
hey, he didn't say a curse word.
single, like, I had that said to me, after the Kevin Farley show, where Kevin Farley is a very blue comic, and I'm not, and I had people come up to me and be like, "Hey, that was awesome, you did great," and it was like completely clean. They came expecting a cleaner show, because it's a theater venue. And so they were like a little surprised, but that's a big compliment when, somebody realizes it after the fact. I don't always like announcing it ahead of time because it's like some people associate clean comedy with boring comedy.
I'd ruin the whole thing and make the whole clean set, and at the end drop the mic and go, just because I think I walk off.
Let me ask you about this one. Okay, so do you know who Leanne Morgan is?
Yeah, my wife and I just went and watched her a few months ago.
Are you kidding?
Down in Nashville.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Leanne Morgan is she's a clean comic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she is absolutely hysterical.
But she'll talk about
stuff.
Yeah. With
like
her and her husband and stuff. It's
yes,
hilarious.
it is awesome. So
Yeah,
she's
great.
that older, blonde-headed woman that's super, super Southern accent.
Yeah.
And my mama and my daddy, and I mean, it is. You have to look her up. She is hysterical. Like she said, I was seeing a TikTok today where she does crowd work too, like in a smaller venue.
Yeah.
And there was a gay person, a man that had like he had a glittery jacket on. And she said, "Oh my God, look at you! You look so yummy in your little glittery jacket." She said, "Now I'm not going to take any. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions or anything, but I'm taking it. I take it that you're a gay man." And she's like, "My next husband's going to be a gay man." And then she's like, "He'll leave me alone, and we'll go to Joanne and look for fabric, stuff like that." But
Yeah.
it's just like her presentation and like the stuff that she talks about is relatable, and it is funny as shit.
Yeah. I mean, as a clean comic, you really got to create a little bit of a character.
Yeah.
Like my onstage presence isn't really a lot different than offstage. I just
Right.
happen to, be fortunate enough to base a lot of my stuff on stories. And so it translates really well to stage.
Yeah.
And like she's got that character. Like, I mean, that's how
Nailed.
she is offstage.
All the time. Yeah.
But it's perfect, and you don't even think about her being clean. You're like, that's just a funny person, which is a lot of the goal.
Yeah.
Nate Bargatze's got it even harder because he's so dry.
Yeah.
Like his comedy's so dry. And that's how he is. Like if you ever listen to his podcast, you ever watch their podcast? He's just like that on the podcast, and he'll just drop the funniest lines and not even crack a smile, And
This is Leanne Morgan. This is what she sounds like, Casey. I know you've heard her before. I think we can do this.
That make him happy. A clean house and sex.
So I mean, she dabbles.
Oh yeah, she
Oh,
dabbles.
lucky me.
She talks about one time in her show, she talks about how she got home from being on the road. And she's like, I had to do unspeakable things with my husband when I got home. And it's like she'll dabble in it like that.
Yeah.
And it's just so like her accent just makes it
It's
so
so funny. She reminds me of like so many of those TikTokers that like spoof on super, super, super conservative, like Southern church ladies. Like, you're never going to believe what Judy said this morning in church.
Yeah.
I cannot believe she said that.
Yeah, she's the real person. She's that person.
like all that shit, man. It is so awesome. Oh man. So clean comedy. I mean, it's a whole different world. You know what I mean? And I think that's really cool. You know what I'm saying?
But our buddy Todd McComas, he was at the resort. The Indiana Sheriff's Association was up there. They had their conference or whatever, and he did entertainment one night. And he was actually talking about how he's kind of getting into that niche where he's actually, I think he said he was like in North Dakota or South Dakota, did a show out there, and they're like, they pay for me to come out, they pay for me to stay, they pay for me to perform, they pay for me to go home. And it's like, you pick up one of them every once in a while, like, because he does a lot of the cop story stuff. But, he was just talking about, you think like all comedians, there's a ton of comedians out there. There's comedians everywhere. But to your point, like you could probably make a pretty good living doing church gigs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you could stay in that vein and do church gigs and roll out those, there's a lot of material out there. But like he's finding that niche a little bit where he's like, it's right in the wheelhouse. It's comfortable. Yeah. I'm not trying to work a room.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much, I mean, it didn't sound like he's got some other irons in the fire, but it didn't sound like he was doing a bunch. Like the last time we had talked to him, he was had like some swingers club in Indianapolis
Yeah,
that he had to go
yeah.
We
perform
went
at.
up there and did like a big interview at our hotel suite.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
It was
and then,
great.
like,
yeah.
That's where Dave puked in his yard.
Yeah,
remember?
and then like he canceled this
Those
whole
empties,
he canceled this whole ass show just to hang out with us in his yard barn.
so I could barf.
Yeah, so and we ordered pizza and the whole thing because he's like, literally, it was only like $100 for however this short of a set, and he said it's a really really weird deal. He said like
Yeah.
they openly do stuff in the crowd and like
I'm telling you, man, like just this month, I've made more money doing church shows than I'd make in 2 years of doing club shows.
wow.
And churches got that
And-
money
and-
to
and-
throw at you.
Churches and corporations have budgets, so you're automatically like,
Yeah.
set way better off. And I'm not even charging that much. Like I know comedians that do church shows, and I'm looking at what they're charging. I'm like, that sounds like a pretty good.
Hey,
deal
we
right
need to ask him about that old boy that we was going to talk to this weekend and see if he thinks that page was scammed or if that was a real deal.
One of the other DuBois County pages tagged him on Facebook again. It was a completely different account. So yeah, I'm pretty sure
So it's
whoever
a
I was
spoof.
talking to was.
we were
Spoofing.
Yeah, so we was going to try to get this old boy that may or may not be doing.
He's been on the radio like 98.1.
I
He's been
seen
on the radio
his
around here.
BDC did a real big interview with him this afternoon. Jared Atkins did, but $5,000 minimum to come on our show.
Oh yeah, the podcast.
Yeah, the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. He required $5,000 minimum to come.
What's
on.
this old boy doing?
Well, it's a scam.
Which, by the way, if you think you're getting paid anything, your Diet Mountain Dew was like
Yeah.
payment
I appreciate the Diet Mountain
It's
Dew.
on the house.
Yeah.
What's so my TikTok has been back to the sorority recruitment game at big
Oh
schools.
yeah,
All those
yeah.
dance videos. We kind of sometimes will talk about like what our TikTok algorithm is. So it's been sorority dance videos where they're trying to recruit you. But
Where are you at on TikTok?
I'm getting a lot of dash cam footage
Yes.
on TikTok. It's
My
a pretty
Twitter-
what kind of dash cam footage?
It's a little mix of accidents and
Oh.
police interaction.
Dude,
Have you seen the
Like cop cam, like what they call
Yeah,
it,
body cams?
Body cam.
Yes.
Getting a lot of
Have you
that.
seen the ones where it's allegedly like the Ukraine Russia conflict,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like the drone videos of some of those?
Yeah, we're watching a war on TikTok.
yeah.
Yes.
We're watching people get drone sniped.
They
You remember back in the day when great grandma and great grandpa used to write letters back and forth, and that's how you kept up with the war?
I tell you what, I had a lot of recently was tornado footage.
Ooh.
There's some good tornado. We're getting to see some tornadoes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Twister.
Yeah, there's dads. Did you guys watch that movie?
Not yet.
It's good. But you got dads standing out on the porch, like
Just
they're
risking
hanging
it all.
on for a while. And you hear people behind them go, "Get inside!" And they're like, "No, it's hang on. There goes Jimmy's car. Hang on." I mean, they're just holding steady.
That was me as a child
Yeah.
yelling at my dad to get in the basement because my old man was not a weather weenie, and I was scared shitless.
Would you stand and film a tornado now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. If I was at home, I probably wouldn't be able to see much until it was right on me, because of
Yeah.
the trees and shit. But like if I was up at Casey's house, that's prime tornado filming because you got that big field and 90% of the time they come out of the west there, like your house.
So
same thing.
we
Yeah.
got. My wife was like, "Why are you putting a camera on the south side of the house pointing west?" And I was like, That's my tornado camera." And she's like, "What are you talking?" And then we had those
Yes.
pretty serious tornado warnings, and we're
Yes.
in the basement. They're freaking out.
And I'm just pulling up.
I got my security camera, and I'm watching. I'm like, "We're gonna know it if there's one coming. I'll let you know." I was loving it.
Oh shoot!
We were, it was a couple of them ago, because it seems like we always record when there's a storm out here.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one that was coming through, and Janelle and I were standing at pitch black dark. We were standing on the porch like we were going to be able to see anything. She's like, "What are we doing out here?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know why we're standing out
Well,
here."
you just see it
Indiana.
when the lightning strikes.
Yeah, I guess that was what our theory was.
You're on Twitter?
Not as much anymore. It's kind of become
Twitter's
It's dark.
tough.
It is very dark.
It's dark, man. Then people don't have any hope.
My Twitter, so on my For You page, it's usually just smut, like just terrible, terrible smut. And then
His algorithm's a little dirty.
And then recently, there's this page. It's called More Gore, and it's popped up.
Oh my god!
Grief.
Do you remember Faces of Death? Now being a PK, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
No,
But Faces of Death was probably very prominent back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
it sounds like a conference that we would have taken our youth group to.
Well, yeah. No, nothing like that at all. It's literally videographic footage of people's lives ending. Like, it is terrible.
I've seen some of that on TikTok. There, every now and then,
Uh-huh.
a account will pop up.
Yeah, and it is not good. And like, I can't get away from it fast enough.
Oh,
but
oh,
there's
you're scrolling past it.
yeah.
Good for
Oh
you.
yeah. Like, I don't generally don't watch it. And if I do, it's just a quick ugh, and then I keep going.
Yeah.
But there's this guy that I work with, all in.
He just watches it.
All in, man.
Look out for that guy.
All in. But he's a good guy. Like,
Yeah.
family, kids, works hard, you know,
Never
stuff
would
like
have thought
that.
he'd have done it.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Other
man.
than
I would have
TikTok
just never
algorithm.
thought it.
I don't know, but that shit is. So now when we went to driver's training, we had, so the Indiana State Police at the time had partnered with, I think it was
Faces of Death.
Norfolk Southern Railway. Yeah. And they had this whole ass slideshow.
Oh no. Of
yeah.
People getting.
100%, buddy. Racing trains and not wearing your seatbelt. And we were 15 years old, getting ready to get on an airplane, fly to New Mexico, and hike in the mountains for a week. And that was wild. Like, I cannot believe, never in 1,000 years would they ever let kids do that today.
Why'd they show you that before you were going hiking?
Well, because we had to take.
That was just a
I don't know why he
circumstantial.
added. Yeah,
Well,
he
I
just
just
fill in there.
Coincidental is what
Just
I was
to
trying
kind
to
of
do.
bring you
Ain't
into
no
my-
trains in the mountains.
lot of Norfolk Southern trains in New
just
Mexico.
to kind of bring you into my life at that time. So we
Yeah.
had to take driver's training at a local at a neighboring county's school because we were going to miss hours because we were going on this hiking adventure. And down there, there's a lot of trains. Really don't know why they did that, but they did, and there was a lot of like death in these slideshows. And it like, no, don't worry. Like, if you don't wear your seatbelt, you're going to wind up like this feller, and then boom, there it
They
is.
show the actual footage.
100% of blood and guts and brains
That's
and body parts.
unbelievable.
And we were 15-year-old kids.
Josh Turner in the background. Don't go racing that long black train.
Yeah, and it was
'Cause your
insane.
guts are.
Yeah, but I don't think that there would ever be a way that they would let that happen these days.
Oh, I bet you'd be
These
surprised.
kids have access to everything. Changing gears here, we talked about homesteading on Wednesday.
There it is.
Gardens are starting
How
to
do you
kind
feel
of
about burying people?
gardens are starting to kind of wrap up for the year.
Mine's just now starting.
I've got some tomatoes that have come on
Weeds
late.
are finally dying off.
My tomatoes,
Yeah,
Tomatoes are popping.
they're
this year.
going crazy right now.
Yeah.
our buddy.
What kind of tomatoes you plant?
Red ones.
Yeah. I can't even remember the names of them. My wife handles a lot of that. But
Oh,
we got
is
the
that
cherry
right?
tomatoes. We do those a lot because
With ranch?
we make a lot of. You can plant them with ranch.
No. Like you dip them in ranch.
I'm
when you
kidding. No, you can. We make salsa with them a lot.
Oh, cherry tomatoes you do.
Yeah.
Now, if you're gonna do
but then
salsa,
also
you need Romas.
we do with those two. We've tried it with both.
I have
And
San
then,
Marzanos.
Pasta sauce
Oh yeah,
with the cherry tomatoes too.
Baba damn.
And
You do a lot of cherry tomato work then.
well. There's just a lot of. They just keep popping out.
We do this year I got hoodwinked because I wanted Cherokee purples, and I ended up with San Marzanos.
Sons of bitch.
that happens.
and
They'll
brandy,
get you.
And brandy
That's
wines.
kind of like Smoke thinking he was part Native American.
brandy wine.
I still think I am.
Yeah. Well, our buddy Bradley Merkley was talking about sweet corn a while back.
yeah.
He'd sent me some messages. And are you a big sweet corn guy?
I'll eat it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, you do. How you go about it?
I just
Like a
One kernel at a
typewriter, or do you
time.
go in and come out?
Yeah, the clean comic deep
Somebody-
throats the sweet corn. He throws a little butter on that subbitch and then he just throws it in there. How do you think he eats it?
Is there somebody at this table that eats corn like that?
No, unless you do,
Because I ain't going to come back never again.
Yeah.
You guys are all
No,
weird.
we just
shit.
get the stick of butter out and we just
Yeah, baby.
Get that thing on
do
there
you
and
have
eat
the
it.
corn boats?
no, we just go in there.
Now,
Just
see,
seem through
we
them all
always
away.
took back home. Jenna don't do it as much because I
Spray
guess-
butter?
No.
Good.
You lather up a piece of bread with butter and you use that to butter the corn. And at the end, if you get that butter bread when it's all melted in there, but Jenna was worried about my ticker.
Caloric
So we
intake.
stopped
I
doing
wonder why
the
that is.
butter bread.
Now, what kind of butter guy are you? Are you a stick butter guy?
God
or
dang you! I should have prepared for this episode. We're getting deep.
Yeah.
Deep in the arteries.
It just depends, you know.
Country crock guy sometimes?
Yeah, we
Country
we
croc's
do
not
country.
butter.
Well, we do that for toast and stuff.
Margarine.
Yeah, but then just
You don't keep stick butter out
yeah,
on the counter?
no, not out on the counter.
Oh, you
We
got to
don't
keep
get-
it on the counter.
We don't get into that.
Dave's weird.
We
that
don't
way.
get into that shit.
We keep it in the fridge.
Dave's
It's,
weird
you
about
can't
that.
spread it that way.
What you?
That's when he knows how to turn on his AC and then
we
turn on
have
his heat.
we
in the
have
wintertime.
we have a
It's
butter
the butter stick.
we
on
have
the
a
counter.
butter box.
I've
on
heard
the
about
counter.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Now, Jenna sometimes will make butter from heavy whipping cream.
Ah,
And if
whipping
you
cream.
put that in the butter
she got
box.
a churn.
No, she just
it's out there on the front porch, she just turns like the old lady out
yeah,
there.
she just gets after it. But you put it in there and it's real good, but it don't keep like stick butter. I opened
No.
that SOB one day and it was all sorts of colors that you don't want to go
It's
whipping
pas-
butter.
I've heard about
Pasteurization
that.
process.
I've not kept the butter out on the.
You're not going to churn
Oh,
your butter on the
That's one of
homestead?
my favorite things. You just start dipping bread in there, like on a hot summer day. It's kind of God dang.
You're doing that?
Oh, hell yeah.
animal.
Well, I mean, it's a little
Guy's
cold
an animal.
now. Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, that's when he turns on his air conditioner, is when the butter on the counter starts melting. And then that's when he
When it
turns the
starts
heat
turning
on
into
when he can't.
popcorn butter, you got to turn the air conditioner on.
Yeah.
If it ain't runny, then
Who needs a thermostat? Stick
I've
butter
not.
out there.
Yeah. I mean, I can't get into that.
Yeah. That's
We just keep it.
you're
in the
missing
fridge.
out.
I
guess
saw
missing out on some health problems.
yeah, I saw on TikTok a guy made popcorn on his Blackstone. You a Blackstone guy?
Yeah, we got Blackstone. It's fun.
What kind of cooking you do on yours?
We make a lot of chicken on the beach.
Oh,
You know, the Mexican dish.
How do you get the? You make your own what?
We make the rice different ways. Sometimes wife will make it in the pan. Sometimes we make it in the Instant Pot. Then we dump it all in there.
Like
Mix that and all the
Do you
veggies
use the
together.
tomato sauce and make like the real Mexican rice?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife got hooked up with a recipe, and it's fantastic.
so
What kind of cheese do you use?
Oh,
That a
yeah.
baby.
Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke, sweetie.
Gordo's.
I don't actually know the brand. We get it from More for Less.
Yeah, green lid or
Yeah.
blue lid.
We've tried both.
Yeah, that's Gordo's.
Yeah,
The good shit.
yeah, it is. It is
Fats.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we do
that's what
that.
it translates
good.
to.
We do a lot of steaks on there. Of course, burgers and dogs, and then chicken,
have
chicken,
cooked-
veggies, and rice.
I have cooked
do
on
that
my
a lot, yeah.
Blackstone every night this week besides tonight.
Sorry to interrupt the streak.
Yeah, it's all right. No, it's good. We had cross country meat. We had all kinds of stuff. Crazy.
Yeah. No, this guy, he had popcorn and it looked like he was making homemade. He was going to make it into caramel corn
Yeah.
Mm.
because he started with some butter and
Yeah.
some brown sugar
Right.
and making all that up while he had his popping corn over there. And
I
that
still
was the
think-
first for me.
I still think the best popcorn I've ever eaten in my entire natural born life was at the butchering party when after we rendered the lard out and made the cracklings and all that pork bits and all that bullshit was still and there's a little bit of lard left in there that you can't ladle out. Like there's
Are
always
your arteries getting clogged?
there's always going to be some in
Getting
there.
uncomfortable.
And we you starting to feel sluggish as we
My
speak.
shirt's tightening. up.
But anyway, yeah, that popcorn's really good. I made
Pie crust from lard or whatever.
best. So I boiled corn on my Blackstone in a pot.
Really?
Like I was cooking. We made BLTs. I had BLTs,
Mm.
and
I love BLT. Where are you staying on BLT?
that's probably like my number one favorite summer sandwich.
It's all right.
Oh, for God's
Wow.
sakes!
I won't choose it on the menu, but
What?
I'll get it.
That's
Eating
fine.
out, I would agree. I wouldn't get a BLT.
yeah. Like
now,
I'm not gonna go to a restaurant.
I'm
and order
just
one.
not a huge tomato on a sandwich guy.
Really?
Now, how do you eat your
Good
tomatoes?
grief,
then?
there ain't a sandwich out there I wouldn't put
cherry
tomato on.
tomatoes, we dip them in ranch or eat them in salads. We like doing that a lot.
I
Now,
cut
you-
my cherry tomatoes up to put on sandwich.
Now, where are you at on tahine?
What's that? Who's that?
Oh, for
Well,
God's sakes!
It's it looks like a barbecue rub almost. It's like a red spice. You're pretty heavy.
Mexican, Hispanic-y tahine. It's got citric acid, lime.
You see it a lot on like margaritas.
Slice a tomato. Do you ever slice a tomato, put salt and pepper, and eat it like that?
No,
Salt.
Wow.
no, I
I'll
don't.
eat
I
a
don't get
tomato
into
like
that.
an apple. Just and then just dump.
This
it all.
episode's going south. I'm sorry,
But no, it's fine. This is what the
love
Friday.
tomatoes.
This is what the
This is
variety
actually
show.
what people will love this.
This is the variety show. So I made BLTs, so I'm frying my bacon on one half of the Blackstone, and I got it on low.
Yeah.
Then I take my fourth burner on the far right and crank that bitch all the way as high as it'll go, and I set my stock pot on top of the griddle and boiled my corn while frying my bacon. Now, I did have to put my pot of water on
pretty early.
a lot earlier than I did my bacon because obviously the heat transfer, it takes a while to get that water to boil, but no heat because we don't have air conditioning in the house. Like we do, but it's only like
Window shaker in the bedroom.
two window shakers in the bedrooms, but like other than that, I mean, if you boil water in the house in August, no bueno.
That's
like
them old
the
houses that had summer kitchens.
The
That's
sweat
reason
is
why.
dripping off your nose while you're trying to make that old corn there.
Put extra salt in the corn. Just sweat it in it.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
anyway, yeah.
We make a lot of breakfast on the Blackstone.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's what
you
ours
do.
is used primarily.
Eggs, hash browns,
I do.
sausages.
Yeah, I do a lot of like. I make a lot of breakfast burritos and then freeze them.
Yeah,
That's it.
Exactly. Now, is those like road meals or like morning stuff?
Just morning stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get in trouble for getting breakfast sandwiches at fast food joints. My wife gets on to me.
I had 4 burritos and a hash brown today.
Yeah.
From the fast food joint.
It was
You
10
had 4 burritos?
$10 and $10.
Yeah, and that's what to
70
get
cents.
you. I mean, it's not cheap to get a breakfast sandwich.
Have you ever seen a breakfast burrito at McDonald's?
Oh,
like
well, you
this
didn't
long.
say they
3
were
bites.
Mickey
Get off
D's.
of me.
No, time
prick.
out. You didn't say it was
Like
a
I'm eating
McDonald's.
one packet of salsa per freaking burrito.
Listen, you didn't
Yes,
say
sir.
it was from
Jeez.
Yes, sir.
McDonald's. But the
Hey,
McDonald's-
he slides into this booth, and now I'm the fat bastard over here that's eating 4 freaking
Hey, skinny
little bitty ass
Skinny
burritos
mini.
from McDonald's. Good grief. Anyway,
By the way, where they were working at there on
Clay Street.
Clay Street.
Yeah.
I drove by.
Did you see me?
Sitting there
I
the
knew
whole.
it. I
He was
knew
sitting
it.
right there, and I was like, God, if I could just take a pic.
I know.
I'm like cruising by.
So we were in a
Just
tough
lay on the
spot.
horn.
We were losing the walls. That the walls were sloughing off in our trench real bad and stuff like that. And we were wondering on what to do and how wide. And we were pricing backfill material. Whether we bench it or go get a box or trench box or whatever like that. And our boss hadn't been there yet. But we had hit the spot where like, hey, we better quit until somebody that has a little bit more budget mind comes and tells us what to do, because we could either go 1 or 2 ways here real quick. And I was just sitting on the track of the track hoe, like in deep thought, like the Atlas.
I mean, it was
the Atlas
legit.
pose, and then here comes Lindemann driving down the highway honking like an idiot, and we're all waving. I thought, man, that was going to roast me for sitting on the track of this machine while somebody's watching me.
Yeah, I roll right by
Every day.
day.
Brandy Anderson.
That'd be a good T-shirt. You get somebody to illustrate that for you.
Yeah, it would be great. Yeah, I'm sure the city would love that.
We got
Brandy, Cody Snyder's sister, Brandy.
Yeah.
Anderson, she's over there sending Snapchats of me shoveling and all kinds of stuff.
You are
public eye. I'm right in
you
it.
are kind of a celebrity.
Underneath the radar all the time.
Yeah,
You guys are always closing roads that I try to use.
I know that First Street thing's really probably screwed you up this week.
I'm
huh?
just every morning I'm like pulling into.
Hey, the daycare. Yeah.
Well,
Just-
no, not that, but like I'm coming down that road and then I'm like, now I got to turn off here.
wait till that wastewater project kicks in down there by the park. You'll really have a ball with that. You'll have to go out Sunset and come all the way around. You won't be able to come down First Street.
Actually, that'll probably be better
Yeah.
because there's nothing but problems when you go down that way.
Right. Yeah.
Everywhere I turn, you guys are out there digging
Ruining
holes
shit.
Ruining shit.
all the
just
time.
digging holes in the
Tearing
ground.
shit up.
Just digging holes.
Hey,
in
what's
the ground.
Brado got for us this
Well,
week?
hey, Brado's 3 big things are brought to you by our friends at Merkley and Sons.
You've heard us mention it before, but Merkley & Sons is the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. You want to know why? Well, it's simple, really. They have about damn near any meat product you could ever need. We talk about their burgers, franks, and snap dogs a lot, but the fellas carry only the best cuts of beef and pork for all your grilling and smoking needs. If there was a meat destination hall of fame, these guys are definitely in it. Head over and see them today and get what you need for your fridge or freezer.
All right, here we go. Big thank you to Merkley and Sons and our buddy Brado for sending them in, which in real time. The Raiders take on the Patriots tomorrow, so we'll know how that works out.
Meat
Colts
grind.
cheerleaders are going to be there.
Yeah,
So
that.
am I.
Yeah. Janelle's got to work late, so I will probably be up on the hill listening to our buddy Curdy G.
That's right.
3 big things for the week of August 18th. How much is too much to spend on blue jeans? Actress Blake Lively recently wore a pair of $19,000 jeans.
Stupid.
Many on social media said the price seems excessive. Brado here. Wow. Some people really do have too much money, huh? Curious, what is the most amount of money the Dutchmen have spent on an article of clothing? Wedding rings don't count. And do you remember what it was? P.S. I'm not really a jeans guy either. I hate wearing jeans. Most expensive item of clothing you've ever bought?
I got mine for sure.
Go for it.
Carhartt bibs. Like a fresh pair of Arctic Carhartt brand bibs. Yeah. That's $2 all day long.
Probably
In a big feller size, the Huskies.
Yeah.
probably just work boots, I'd say. Those are a couple $100.
Oh, yeah, all day.
Suits.
Oh, shit.
Back in the day when I was
yeah.
in the suit game. Don't put your
There's
damn
that
pink
white
down.
collar shit. You probably got some suits too, sucker.
No,
You're in that
no.
white collar world.
No, I'm not.
They probably-
No, I'm not.
They probably have, like we have. We call it resort casual. There's probably an OFS casual.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. I don't wear suits. I got a couple nice I don't know.
Sport jackets.
They're like they're
Blazer.
called like unstructured sport jackets. So
Blazer.
they're not like you don't have.
They don't
this-
have that shoulder pad.
Yeah, they don't look super fancy, but it's enough to like throw. Like I'll literally, this is no joke. This year for our big furniture show, I would wear my normal outfit, bowling shirt and all, and just throw one of those over the top.
Neocon.
Yep. And then they were like, "Hey, you dressed up." But I would say the most I've ever spent is probably like some of the hunting
Yes.
jackets.
That same thing. Yeah. Like if you go Gore-Tex or Scentlock, any of those.
I think I got like a First Light jacket.
Oh my God,
Good
Curtis.
grief.
yeah,
yeah.
It was
There you
like a
go.
couple $100.
Yeah, couple $100 ass.
Yeah.
Probably $500 or $600
Well, but
bucks
it wasn't
there.
like a full on insulated one. It was one of their like
the merino wool, like base layer type thing.
it was like a rain jacket
Yeah.
situation, wind
Yeah.
jacket. Yeah.
First
See,
Light's
I get
insane.
the stuff that says like Lurst Fight from
Yeah, or
Taiwan.
at bigcamo.com.
That's a real website, by the way.
Walls. Walls, Bernie apparel, and stuff like that.
They
Oh,
just
yeah.
burn. And it,
Game Hide. That's another good one there for the biggins.
Yeah. There we go. 20. I repeat, 20. That's how many people were injured after a Ferris wheel caught fire at a music festival in Germany, police said.
God.
Images showed 2 of the ride's carriages on fire as smoke billows into the near city of Leipzig. I've never set foot on a Ferris wheel and never will after reading this headline. Have the Dutchman. I am all out on Ferris wheels. Absolutely terrified of
I
Ferris
rode
wheels.
that big bastard at Chicago, and that was pretty kooky. Whenever like you're stuck up top and they're letting them boys out in the bottom one,
No.
and you're about 560,000 feet off the ground, or what it feels like, and then you're in this little, because it's like the one in Chicago is like enclosed, like you're not, you can't like jump out of it.
you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I can remember when I was a young lad.
What the hell's that thing called in Chicago? That area that they're at?
Navy
The
Pier.
wharf.
Yeah, the pier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Navy Pier.
Pier. Yeah.
I think we were down at not Dollywood. It might have been Dollywood, but there used to be a theme park there.
Dollywood.
There used to be a theme park there,
Still
Opry
is.
Mills Park.
Opryland.
Opryland.
Opryland,
They had their
yeah.
park there. It was either there or
Nashville.
Dollywood.
Well, that not Dollywood's Pigeon Forge.
Yes.
Opryland.
I can't remember
It's
which one it
Nashville.
is.
Is in Nashville.
I can't remember which one it is, but I was a young kid and we were going, it was Ferris wheel time, and I got in, and as we started to roll and we got to the top and everything stopped and I could just couldn't do it.
No.
I couldn't do it.
I don't do heights like that. I can't do
See,
it.
but like on roller coasters, when you're making that first initial climb, like I don't look right or left. Like I'm locked on.
That
Did anybody get on that Ferris wheel at the 4-H fair this year?
absolutely not.
No.
Them
No.
some bitches pack that bastard up just as quick as they set it up.
Yeah.
No.
I've
was
seen
a- that was
tents
a
get set up more
situation.
sturdy.
that Ferris wheel on the Navy Pier it's 200 feet at the top.
Yeah.
which I
That's
mean,
not bad.
it's not, but
I
my
still wouldn't do
God,
it.
it feels like you're up there, boy.
Yeah. Well, especially when that wind's howling.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hey, but our buddy there at Justin Reed of Jumping Jacks Entertainment
yeah.
saved the day.
He did.
I wanted a
Iconic.
Ferris wheel once as a child. So
Yeah.
I just felt like I needed to answer the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how was it?
Good for you, Dave.
Didn't
Yeah.
like him.
Sound like a pretty normal childhood.
Storybook.
Just once, he said.
This what iconic Babe Ruth jersey could sell for record-breaking $30 million. The jersey that legendary New York Yankees player Babe Ruth wore when he hit one of baseball's most famous home runs is up for sale. Again, people have too much money, but let's just say you are one of them. What is one piece of memorabilia the Dutchman would purchase, and what would it be? P.S. I bet Smoker is going to buy one of Willie Nelson's guitars. There would be only one Willie Nelson guitar to own, and that's
Trigger.
Sorry, that was his. But any sports memorabilia item, if money was no object that you would throw at.
Probably something Larry Bird related for me.
That is cool. Hometown stuff.
Yeah.
Have you been to the museum in Terre Haute?
No, I have not been to Terre Haute.
It's a
in
shame
while.
that Terre Haute.
It stinks up there.
No, it doesn't. It used to. There's no paper
Well,
mills
he's
there
pretty
anymore.
ticked off about
Yeah,
that.
well,
Oh, I thought it was the Hoshians that made it stink.
Dave's old stomping
No.
ground.
Because
Oh, that's
He
why.
lived
That
up there in
felt
Brazil.
personal. That
Yeah.
felt personal.
Well,
He
I'm
was
just
up
saying
there
it
in
doesn't
Brazil.
stink. Everybody says that, but they've never been there.
They stink.
I was only there once.
I would probably
Couple times.
Some sort of memorabilia. So this would probably be something just because it would mean like a shit ton to my dad. So like something to have it in the family, but it would be I don't know, something that like Robert Plant or Jimmy Page or Jimi Hendrix or some like
No, that doesn't sound like sports.
memorabilia.
Oh, I thought
Doesn't
we were
have to be
sports
necessarily.
memorabilia.
Well, I guess the question was, let's say you're one of them. What is one piece of memorabilia the Dutchman would purchase, and what would it be?
I thought it was sports specific.
No. So like I would go with something like Led Zeppelin related that was probably like dated to that time period.
You get that one Wu-Tang Clan album.
Something to give to my old man that hang up in the basement down there. I think that's pretty neat. Because I don't know, like memorabilia for me. I have Ozzy Smith's autograph on a fitted original. Like, remember when New Era hats came out? The
Mhm.
fitted ones that were wool,
Yeah,
like the real ass wool hats. It shrunk because it rained when I was wearing it one day. And I took it off, and I can't get on. It's just at the time I was a kid, I couldn't get it back on.
your head's grown since.
Well, yes, but it shrunk because it's wool. And
Yeah.
anyway, that I've got that hat signed by Ozzy Osbourne, Mike Piazza.
Ozzy Smith.
That's what I said, and Gary Gaetti.
Guy Fieri?
No, Gary Gaetti,
He wants an apron signed by Guy Fieri.
Flavortown. Anyway,
I mean, I just sold some priceless memorabilia. That,
Oh, priceless. $125.
Actually, a specific prize.
yeah, there was
Charlie
a specific
Sheen.
price of it.
That's
You
funny.
know, I don't know.
Ryan Sandberg jersey.
That would be up there.
Some other kind of trash Cubs bullshit.
No, I was thinking.
Buy the Stanley Cup and melt it down into a goblet.
Yeah. I don't know. Like something of memorabilia just in general, you would want it to be something that's very limited and very specific.
Lee Harvey Oswald's rifle.
Oh boy, I bet that would sell.
John Wilkes Booth, his pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nutty. What do you got? Anything?
Well, I'd probably do like a Springs Valley Larry Bird jersey because there can't be many of those.
No way.
No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they're probably all hanging in the gym, honestly.
Yeah, all of them
Yeah.
probably.
He might have like one.
But they're moth ridden.
What about some of them shorts that his nutbag had to struggle to stay in back in the day? Them early
Yeah.
early.
I'll take a pair then.
Yeah, that'd be
Not
cool.
for him to sign to wear,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I'll wear them.
You'd look good in them bastards. I guess.
You think?
Yeah.
especially your bowling shirt. That could be your outfit
Oh
the next show.
man,
It'd be good.
big shout out to Brado. Hell
Yeah, big
always
thanks
fun.
to Brado. If the offense ain't working, Brado, just Hail Marys. Hey, there
big
we
thanks
go.
to Brado.
Yeah, big thanks, Brado. We appreciate it. You could drop a Gaslight pizza off anytime. Maybe hang out sometime. Make some plans. Make some arrangements. But it is time. Don't be upset that the end is here, Curtis Crow, because we'll always invite you back. The door's always open to you. You're always a returning guest now.
10 months.
Yeah. Well, we'll have
Pretty quick.
Pretty hot turnaround.
Man, look how much your comedy career
Yeah.
took off after you're on the
Hey,
show.
I'll
last time.
have a couple Netflix specials
Yeah,
by the
that's
time
right.
you get me back on.
Next
We're
time-
good at growing comedians.
yeah, we do a great job
4 years later.
cultivating everything.
Good
Just-
to have you back.
You're
Just
welcome.
just remember
You're
us.
welcome.
Yeah.
So we're going to take one more lap around the table for some final thoughts. Brought to you by Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair and our buddy Todd Hayes.
Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair of Huntingburg with our buddy Todd Hayes is a proud sponsor of the Wondering Dutchmen, and we are glad to have him on board. As we get to the end of the heat and you still have AC issues, give Todd a call. Winter is right around the corner. When was the last time your furnace was inspected for the winter? If you don't know the answer to that, then you probably should give Todd a call. If you're looking for someone for your home remodel or new construction HVAC needs, we've got the guy. Give Todd a call today at 812-683-2570 and tell them the Dutchman sent you.
All right, Pistachio Shirt Man, what do you got?
Man, Curtis, 2 nights in a row or 2 shows in a row. One hell of a week. Every time we have you on, it seems to liven up, since we have you on so often. And it's a great time. And I love everything that you got going and everything like that. You were definitely a cool cat to meet and awesome. Cool to say that we've got a comedian in our stable.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you having me.
So, but yeah, other than that, guys, Holland Fest barbecue competition. Get signed up. You still got a little bit of time left. We're going to take admissions all the way up until the Wednesday before the fest. I don't have that date in front of me. Was it the 12th, Dave?
It'll be the 11th.
11th. September the 11th will be the cutoff for the
I
signups.
thought it was Thursday the 12th.
It's Thursday the 12th. Is what
You should make it to 12.
Yeah. There's too much stuff going
Good.
on the
Right in the microphone.
I know. Sorry. Yeah, the snow cone's really starting to catch up. there.
Raunchy.
But anyway,
Snow cone gives you heartburn?
well, this thing that
We're not-
Jenna made here. But yeah,
gotcha.
the barbecue fest overboard on the 13th, and then go on the internet and buy one of our hats because they're cool. Curtis, thanks for coming, brother. Can't wait to jump on maybe one of your shows again or tag team one of those comedy deals or something. But yeah, some sort of collaboration with you and us. It's always a good time, and appreciate you coming out, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smoke, drag on.
I don't have much. Be safe this weekend going into Labor Day. Have fun. Stay out of trouble. And if you get caught being in trouble, just don't admit to anything until you spoke to your lawyer.
That's right.
And other than that, keep your stick on the ice.
There we go. Hey, big thank you to Southern Indiana Hardwoods, Celebration Ice, Overboard, Merkley and Sons, and Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair for making this show happen. Super excited. We're getting closer and closer to the middle of September there. It's going to be a blast. Last year was fun. This year, it'll be exciting with Overboard playing. Those guys are great. I think actually there was maybe an Overboard original, maybe the first song out of the gate.
They're getting ready to drop their new album.
Yeah.
Later in September next month. It's going to be I've heard a teaser or two, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, those guys are great. They're a lot of fun, and they are going. I mean, people say they're going to rock. When we had them up at the Gaslight, even our buddy John Songer's like, they need to turn it down. It's like,
there's still people trying to eat.
yeah, it's like, hey, it's
They come out of the gate pretty high.
it's 8
Well,
o'clock.
it is called Overboard.
Yeah, set
Yeah.
the tone.
Well, don't get them mixed up
Not
with
to be
Overdrive
confused with Overdrive.
because they're not going to be there. It's Overboard. But Curtis, always good to have you. This kind of community of content creators and people doing different things in this area. It's always neat. Our buddy Arlo, in that same boat with, this kind of connection. That was our initial connection with you and kind of grow from there. But, guys that are just doing this, it's a little bit different. You don't see it a lot. So it's always good to have you in because a lot of the good conversations when we're not recording, talking about different things and software and what's going on here and what's going on there, and
we should call Curtis.
just makes
We should
everything
call
better.
Curtis.
What are you talking about?
Like
He's
you
just
said.
saying, like,
Yeah.
hey, we
Oh,
Was
yeah,
relating
gotcha.
to- Like not right now. He's here.
Well, he's busy
Okay.
recording a Netflix
yeah.
special. We'll bring him back in a couple of years. His kids will be seniors in high school.
Amen.
We'll have him here.
I'll be retired next time I get on this show.
Lucky
because the
you.
Netflix special. hits.
Curtis, what you got, man?
Just check out curtiscrow.com for any upcoming show dates. Most of those shows I'm either opening or the middle act, and I'll list on there who's headlining and whatnot. But got a lot of fun shows coming up, so just check that out. curtiscrow.com.
Awesome. And we appreciate it. Hey, we by now hopefully have the other thing drop that we're doing. We've been active in the merch game. We've got a pretty sweet design that hopefully, I'm not going to talk about it specifically. I'm going to kind of do what Big Fella does. I'm just going to describe it. It's a shirt design involving smoke and responsibility and being responsible
Yeah.
and
Smokers.
smokers
Ing.
on it.
Oh, okay.
But it should be for sale soon. But check it out.
Yep.
As always, from us
It's
here
not
in
me.
It's not you. From all of us here in Holland, we appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you have a good Friday or whenever you listen to us. And with that, Dutchman out.